trying to hold the camera, hold the door, and hold a pile of boxes. Probably not the greatest way to start off a vlog, is it? Go ahead, get these all set down. Ooh, drop everything. Oh boy, oh boy. That would mean today's video looks like it's gonna be a bunch of parts, doesn't it? And a bunch of work. So, off camera yesterday, I got the front sway bar and the rear sway bar off, which was a pain in the ass. Noticing that this tension rod bracket has a little tweak to it, and like I said before, a crack on the other side. And it got all dark. Oh, let's get some lights on out here. Even though it's bright as hell, it's actually a sunny day in Washington. Them clouds don't look pretty though. So, parts. Let's just jump right into getting these all open. Wait. That was a cool trick I learned from Taylor Ray, but it doesn't seem like it worked. Must be for another video. Now that we're back over here though, these push-lock dash 10s, not, down drawer, for tomorrow. I'll actually have those. We got a little Mishimoto goodness going on. I will, however, be probably stealing a little snag of this today for the drain line, because I want to get that done as I get the rest of the intercooler piping redone. I actually got a 3 to 2.5 90 to get rid of this, which is gonna let me redo how that is done, so I can get this whole side to match this side. And then I'm saying tension rod brackets, front bumper. Enough talking, let's jump into some action here. I'm gonna give myself a C-. The heat wrap worked, except, see if that focuses, where the fireballs were coming out of my wastegate dump. And it just got to the inner liner of the hose. Melted the heat wrap off and everything, so yeah. That wasn't my smartest move ever. I yanked the wastegate dump off. I'm just gonna go ahead and redo this. That is a chintzy ass flange I made anyways. It was just some random scrap metal. And then I'm gonna re-aim it. You can't even see down there, it's so dark. I definitely am gonna steal some of that dash 10 AN line and go ahead and just cut it and no fittings on the end, hose clamp it down. Yeah, that was a pretty dangerous one. Would have burnt the car down if, you know, oil would have just sprayed everywhere. Straight out of LZ Mustang problems. Oh boy. Let's get back onto this. Gotta support the boy Sam. If you guys haven't gone and liked his channel already, you're sleeping clearly. Love his content, love Ruddy's content, they're all great. This next, I'm gonna go ahead and get these couplers on, get this one replaced. I have another one for there and there, but I'm gonna just use the ETS one, and then I'm probably gonna use the black one off this, get rid of that one. Jump on that. And then it's gonna be some welding. I want this front bumper on, and I want the tension rod brackets in place. More fun. Now that my neighbors have finished mowing for the day, go ahead and get you guys a little progress update. This is just mocked up for now. Another coupler and T-bolt clamps are supposed to be here today to match the 90, but of course they're not. So I'm gonna get those hopefully in the morning so we can do an alignment tomorrow also. But to top that off, I ran out of argon for the TIG welder. So I need to go through, make this one piece instead of two. I'm tired, couldn't even say that. Got the bumper mocked up so it holds it, which may or may not have footage on the GoPro, we'll find out. Went through, fixed up some cracks in the frame, stitch welded a couple things. I'm gonna brace some of their bracketry that they had, and I'm gonna probably round these corners just a little bit, because yeah, not a fan of pokey corners like that. Tension rod brackets. Went through and just got some securing welds on them and made sure the front bolts are in place. The rear bolts, where they were spinning inside the frame, I just welded the bolt head in place to the frame to make sure it basically acts as a locating pin. It's gonna work. The car is meant to be driven. That's all that I care about is driving. And that's why today's episode is gonna be a little short and not the best, you know. It's more of a filler episode, but just give you guys a little bit of content anyways. She's starting to look better. Starting to look better. Go ahead and focus. I want to get rid of, which one? I can't see. This pipe. I'm going to make it a little prettier. Get rid of the wrap, I mean. Leave the pipe angle. Now it's not under the fender. Redo the fenders. Trying to decide if I'm going to tub it at some point over winter or not. Everybody knows me for selling cars way too fast. I had 30 something cars last year, and I think I might hang on to this one a little while, but we'll find out. Let's jump back into some more fab work and tidying up some stuff, because as usual I'm making a giant mess. I need to get on Taylor Ray's level of cleanliness as I work, but that's one I'll work on later too. I am good at making messes, and that's good at catching it. But you'll see we have a pretty thick wall, actually excessively thick wall, but it's what I had that was long enough and worked, and it's kind of the channel is what I have, and my face got dirty from that. But cut angles on the ends. Watch the headlights, Joe. That just happened to match the angle that the tension rod, let's see if I can get down here and actually show you, that the tension rods have, obviously. And you can see now where this one has had an impact and it's cracked. So I've cleaned it up a bit. I gotta clean the side up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of the paint off, and then clean this pipe up. What's the rear angle? But that way, once it's all cleaned up, welded in place, DIY power brace. Saves me from buying one. It's cheap, it's content, and it just goes to show, you know, you don't need, throw that piece of tape away, you don't need to have anything really, you know, magic to make stuff happen. I had a random piece of probably water pipe, I'm assuming, it seemed, but it's quarter wall almost, so it's excessively thick. I got a welder, taught myself how to weld, taught myself how to TIG and MIG. I have a crappy, what, $40 Ryobi grinder that I've gone through too, and my old lady's gone through like 3 or 4 when I taught her how to sand down her truck, which will be more content at some point. Bagged LS, you know, the works, maybe a little bit of choo-choo noises. Let's jump back into welding this guy on there, and then cleaning up a little bit more, and probably talk to you guys about tomorrow and finish up for the day. I'm gonna say, let's see if you can see up in there, not too bad for it being some nasty ass. Oh, I got a tiny little booger here. Clean that up. For it being some really nasty metal that did not want to clean up, and that pipe being way thicker than the rest. But there's no way. Ooh, sorry, G7. There's no way any of those are going anywhere. I can cut these off if I ever needed to change the tension rod brackets. The front bolts are actually still good, remarkably, which is good. I got this guy welded up, even though it's offset now, which it's more to keep the bumper up. It's not really for impact. If the car was in a crash that required bash bar to do something, oh, bye-bye all of this fiberglass, because I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry big time if that happens. But not trying to crash, I'm trying to tap doors, tap fenders, rub tires, you know, the goodies. But look what we did today. We got a DIY power brace. We got the bumper fixed so I can bolt the bumper back on. We have some goodies up there in some boxes for the next couple days videos. I got all the parts I wanted out, but that actually reminds me of something kind of funny here. Don't you love how the mail will, ooh, let's click all this out. Mail, oh, what was I thinking? Where is it? It's somewhere in here. Oh, I put it over here. Excuse me, welding always makes my sinuses freak out, but dash 10 line. I stole a little bit of this, 6 inches of it or so, for the drain line return, the oil drain return for the turbo. Make it a little stouter, wrapped it in some heat wrap still, but all of that was mainly for this. That is right, boys and girls. Preventative maintenance on an SR always. Oil cooler. Kind of leads to tomorrow's video, which lets you know what we're doing. So tonight, I will be, let's see, opening the wrong drawer. Oh, we're gonna get these dash 10. We'll leave those ones for another project. It's nice to have spare parts always. Yeah, push lock dash 10. All of that. Tomorrow's project. And with that being said, we're gonna leave you guys here. If you like what you're seeing, comment, subscribe, give me advice, let me know what I can do better. And catch you guys tomorrow when we do some more parts and go get an alignment and start test driving. Oh yay, test drives!